Hey everyone, Jamie Laszlo here for yet another episode of Record Roulette. I actually did a taping yesterday, kind of funny, but kind of not. I did the whole show, the whole episode, 8 to 10 minutes. And when I hit stop recording, I noticed that my mic was on mute the whole time. So I even posted it. So I actually didn't notice it was on mute until I posted it. And then I saw it blinking on mute and I said, oh my God, and I deleted it. So the Record Roulette pulled up a Rat CD, Rat and Roll by Rat 1991, kind of a best of greatest hits fan favorites, 19 tracks. I was never the biggest Rat fan, but I have Rat and Roll, I have Out of Cellar, I have Invasion of Your Privacy, I have Reach for the Sky on cassette. I rarely listen to them. I think the last album I actually listened to was my Reach for the Sky cassette. And I think I remember thinking this isn't as bad as I expected. This was probably like 3 or 4 years ago. So maybe I should just put in Invasion of Your Privacy and give it a spin. Their songs get a little repetitive at times, and Stephen Pearcy's voice is eh. They do have a good guitar tone, and that's what saves a lot of the songs for me. But a lot of the time, it's not enough to save the songs in Stephen Pearcy's voice for me. So, anyways, I saw Stephen Pearcy live once about 20 years ago at a festival, and he must have said the phrase rat and roll, I don't know, 30 times at least. I remember standing there going, oh my God, if I had a dime every time he said rat and roll, my beer would be paid for today. So, anyways, enough of yesterday's episode that was muted and deleted. Let's get on to today's episode of Record Roulette. I got my app up, my Discogs app. I'm going to spin the wheel. Spin the wheel. You actually don't have to spin the wheel. I'm just doing this for effect. What you do is you hit the three dots and you do random collection item, and it can pull anything up. Things that I'm not familiar with, things that I should be more familiar with. Let's just see what it does. Always get nervous. That's an interesting one. I think I keep this one under proto metal. I have a proto metal section. It's about this wide in vinyl. And proto metal is always best played on vinyl. Hold on. Where is it? 80s metal, proto metal. So yes, I have a 80s metal section. It's about that wide, 80s metal. And then I have a whole 80s metal section that's a lot wider where the bands have their own name cards, like Dokken and Crocus, Guns N' Roses, Bon Jovi, Jafria. I keep them in the hair metal section. It's not the biggest section, but it's fun to whip out on the weekends every once in a while. This one, however, I keep under proto metal. Now, this band isn't, they get called proto metal because of one song, and that song is Inagata la Vida, baby. But I did a more of a deep dive into this band a few years ago. They're really not as heavy as that song. Not a lot of things that I heard, anyways. What's the other album I have? Ball. I recall it not being that heavy. So, but this album, I got this in a dollar bin. Gold record award. Certified gold record. So, I mean, there's not a lot that I can say about this record. I got it in a dollar bin. I played it once, maybe twice. Side one, I remember being kind of like, early 1968 poppy, and then Into the God of the Vita, the 17 minutes of, it was supposed to be, we all know this probably, in the Garden of Eden, but they were so wasted that it came out in the God of the Vita, which is kind of charming, I guess. This is what the DJs would put on when they had to go use the bathroom on the third floor. They would put this on, grab the newspaper, and do their business. I don't know. I'm sure that happened a lot. But do I really like the song? I mean, I think the drumming, you could hear like cymbals falling as he's playing, the cymbal stands falling and things. I never paid close enough attention to see if I could hear that, but I've heard that you can hear that. Yeah, Iron Butterfly. They got that, they got that heavy name too. Well, I guess it's a perfect name because they can be heavy and they can be light, and iron is heavy. And when you think of a butterfly, you think of lightness and spring and la-ti-da stuff. So I guess it is the perfect name, Iron Butterfly. But then you think of these days, after the 80s, Iron Maiden and Iron Butterfly. So things with iron in the name have to be really heavy. No, that's not really the case. But yeah, you know what? I always say this on Record Roulette, but that's the fun that I get from this. I get inspired to go, maybe I'll bring this upstairs with me tonight. So it's upstairs. So when I'm working upstairs, I work from home most of the time. I'll give it a spin. You know what? I am going to play side 2 in a God of Vita tomorrow because it's been a long time. Let me see. I bought this for $1 probably 7 years ago. Oh, that's VG Plus. You probably can't get a VG Plus copy of this for $1 anymore. Probably not much more. You could probably get it for $1 at dollar sales. Special dollar sales, but every day at a record store, I bet you it's like $5 or $6. Let's see what it's going for on Discogs. Sales history: average $3, highest $6, lowest $2. So yeah, I said you'd probably get it for $6 at a store. Here you got to pay shipping though. A lot of people, I feel bad for them because they don't have record stores near them. We're spoiled here in Columbus. I have 6 record stores, and they're all really close to one another. They're only, some of them are in walking distance to one another. Maybe a half-hour walk, but I can think of 3 that are within a half-hour walking distance of one another. People who don't have record stores near them, I always feel bad for them because they have to go on Discogs or eBay. And they might get it for what it's worth, $3, $6, but they always got to pay that $4, $5 in shipping, man. And that adds up. So you're actually would be paying double that what this is worth. Like the 18 for sale. You can get a VG Plus copy, which is what this is, for $2.50. And then you got to pay $4.50 shipping. So you're paying $7. That's not too bad. But man, if you found it for $2.50 in a store, you wouldn't be having to pay that $4.50 at all. And then if you buy another album, it's another $4 to $5, and that adds up, man. So yeah, you know what? If you don't have a record store near you and you buy a lot of records, save money by moving to where a record store is. Think of all the money you'll save in shipping. So anyways, guys, there you have it. Another episode of Record Roulette. What'd I do? I got like 7, 8 minutes out of this. Oh, I talked about rats. So maybe I stretched this out to 10 minutes, 11 minutes, but I like to keep it short. So you go on with your life, I go on with mine, and everything's cool. So until next time, I will see you around. I'll do one soon. The biggest problem is bringing down the computer and everything and the microphone and the camera down to the wall of music because I keep it 2 floors up. That's the hardest part. Doing this is easy. So until next time, guys, have a good one. Later.